The last time we was here, it was like 100,000 followers ago.
Yeah. I mean, as of right now, probably like 96,000 followers ago. Yeah.
That is 100,000.
100,000. And also like 12 years?
About 12 years.
12 years ago.
It was on Eid.
It was Eid. It was at Eid.
Right, it was at Eid. And well, they was doing their usual spread.
Yeah.
And we followed and document
Yeah.
the first ever piece of video content
On the channel.
On the channel.
12 years ago.
12 years ago.
So we here for Eid with Baidawi. This is what we used to do every year. We come by Baidawi and conduct, a little Eid scene.
I feel like it's 24 years because I feel like 2020 to 2022 is like 12 years in itself.
In itself, for real. Yeah. And what was interesting though, if you ever, go and check out the video.
Really should go and check out. I mean, I can't shame about it.
You can't shame?
A little shame. It was real scruffy.
But for me, I like to show that progression. You know what I mean? I like to show the evolution because it was interesting looking back, like how we used to do things, not just the production, but the actual food.
Cooking.
Yeah,
it's a different approach.
Much different approach. Yeah, interested. We jump in at one time now.
Yeah. All right. So what you want to do? You want to start one time?
Start one time and we could run through what you have.
Right.
So you know.
Well, I mean, I have the chicken here that I season up.
Right.
I mean, my Geera chicken, in terms of seasoning the chicken and thing, I keep it consistent. The only thing I changed from back then, I had onion and thing back then.
Right.
But I simplified the recipe over time. So garlic, ginger, pimento, pepper, and then your green seasoning.
Correct.
And then that is it for me.
And that is it.
Yeah. For me, that is a good base.
Noteworthy. Yeah, they use boneless chicken.
Boneless chicken.
Recipe.
Yeah.
That's
I've evolved.
Yeah.
You know?
You was on the boneless chicken.
Yeah. I was on that boneless chicken. Dry meat.
Dry
meat. The meat had to be dry. It had to be boneless breast.
You want to tell them about wet meat?
I mean, I had an aversion to wet meat, Any kind of meat in sauce, I really didn't like it, But, I changed my ways. I could eat stew chicken and thing now, normal, And the thing is, I could eat other parts of the chicken. I could eat drumstick and wing and thing, thigh and thing. I could eat it. My preference is still chicken breast.
Right.
But I could eat the other parts. Before, it's like,
I ain't touching that. I remember well. Trust me, I remember well. Right. So you have bone-in chicken with the seasoning here.
Yeah.
And we'll jump into the rest one time.
Right.
Because this two was kind of different.
Yeah, this is different. So before, it was just the raw, when I say raw, the raw Geera spice.
The whole Geera.
Whole Geera. I still gonna use some of the whole Geera, but in addition to the whole Geera, I like to grind and use the powder as well.
Correct.
So there's a little difference there.
Correct.
But I mean, to start it, I had to toast the Geera. You know that is a must, right?
Yeah.
So.
And now the thing about it is, again, looking back, putting the whole Geera in the oil would be nice and it will infuse some flavor, but then toasting the Geera, to get them oils and them going, then they grind it, they get different, different levels of flavor.
Of flavor coming out. Layers of flavor. Yeah. So
flavor
definitely.
Profile and so on.
Indeed. So a good thing is to toast. And I mean, Dred, you could use the roasted Geera like again in the pack, but I find toasting it fresh, you just always get more flavor.
Yeah, fresh is always it.
Yeah.
Because in this form, all the oil still, encapsulated in the seed.
Yeah.
So when you put it in and you toast it,
you get everything, Whereas the one that's in the pack, it done parched, however long ago it's in a pack, it's still flavorful, but it would never be as flavorful as fresh. So so just get this whole thing, and it's not a burn the Geera. It's a toast the Geera.
I remember I used to burn the Geera.
I used to burn the Geera.
I used to burn that Geera.
Black. Yeah. Like you nuke it.
I remember going on Trini Gourmet and doing that Geera chicken.
Hey, Trini Gourmet, boy.
Trini Gourmet,
shout out to Serena.
We had a dream, but shout out the foundations.
Yeah.
And I tell people, toast your Geera, right? When it starts to look dark, you want to toast it a little more.
And it's not that. It's not that. As soon as it starts to pop, like here now, you think you're done smelling it now. So
because the oil's already opening up there.
Yep. So I think this good already.
That real
It's real good here. So, I mean, I could put it in my coffee grinder, but
You gotta keep it real.
keeping it real, keeping it real. So,
Big
you know,
mortar and pestle.
mortar and pestle action. Yeah, boy. Then it's in here, you know. It's in here, yeah. And yeah, that's Lester, you seeing in there?
You gotta come in.
Yeah.
See the magic
Yeah,
inside.
yeah.
There.
Watch that. You seeing that? We keeping it authentic here. When we had do the first video, it was Lester behind the camera.
Yeah, it was
so it was
Lester.
only right that I get Lester to come through
Exactly,
again. Yeah,
exactly.
so, and to do it.
To bless you and them
Bless
skills.
you. Yeah. You know,
Pristine audio.
watch that. That is what we're talking about.
That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, that is what we see. And you would realize that it's not as dark as your roasted Geera that you would get.
Correct.
Yeah, because it really is not about burning it. My Geera chicken is Geera chicken. It's not masala chicken.
Right.
You understand? I think maybe I might have used masala back then, but now, again, simplifying the recipe, it's just Geera.
Yeah,
You
then
understand?
we use garam masala.
Garam masala, yeah. So now it's just Geera.
Yeah.
So I
Simple.
could put that inside there. And I mean, I could use the spoon, but Jed, this is the best tool. This is the best tool. Massage that, man. You can't be afraid to touch your meat. Don't be afraid to touch all your meat.
Is that kind of show, man? Hey! Things really change. Things change up and down.
Shit.
But truthfully is the best way to get flavor inside, you know, all where you want it.
Yeah, I know some people squeamish and think about them thing, but nah, yeah, cooking, you gotta do your thing.
Go and a little pipe and thing there
Exactly, to wash hand and thing.
I know how to live nasty.
Yeah, exactly. Going in with a little bit here.
This also different too because we had fried that.
Fry it in the oil. Now, you could fry it in the oil, but again, you get a little more flavor coming out when you toast it.
Right, and allow the oil
Or
to come out
in the
first,
spices to come out, yeah. And then you add your other oil.
You know what was interesting though? Back in the day, I mean, that was a period where you wasn't eating too much meat and that kind of thing, and red meat and all that.
Yeah.
But then, your Geera chicken, especially, and the curry goat.
Yeah.
The curry goat was the blow mind thing because how you used to make that so good and not
And
tasting it.
I'm eating it.
That was crazy.
I feel it's, I mean, watching my mother make it and thing. And then, I guess, just having an understanding of cooking and things like, thing, and you know, I guess the process.
Yeah.
But I mean, I ain't gonna lie, a good portion of that was watching my mother and then listening to her say what to do now. Like, when you go cooking, you keep your hot water there, you keep touching it up with hot water to make it maintain a temperature thing. So, it's just them little things kind of thing. I had good guidance.
Nice.
Yeah. And I must use this garlic.
I use this garlic.
Yeah, I must use this garlic. I mean, although it have in the seasoning for the chicken.
This is to get the kind of roasted, kind of the bunje.
Yeah. Hey, I forget something.
What's that?
Karapuli.
Yeah. The curry leaf.
Yeah. Now here what's going on. I don't have the full leaf. I have it grind up now. So,
Okay, that will work.
Yeah.
Actually, I never use it grind.
Serious, nice. Yeah, you just get a lot of flavor from it. Yeah.
Interesting. I never use it grind up.
Yeah, smell that.
Yeah.
Real grassy, no?
Herbaceous.
Yeah. Herbaceous flavors. Herbaceous notes. Herbaceous notes.
Well, yes.
Yeah. So I mean, you have a nice
You seen that?
thing going on. You see what happening there, Lester? You see what happening there? And then we going in one time with the chicken first. I finish chicken before I put the karapuli. Wow. now is the time to get the color on the meat. So you're not adding no liquid.
Right.
You're not covering it down at this point because you start to cover it down. If you cover it down, all it'll do is steam and start to spring water now. And you ain't gonna get no caramelization going on. So let's say, fry up first.
So you want heat and evaporation.
Your heat and evaporation.
Right.
So get your browning going on. The chicken will get color. And then you go start with the braising part of the process now.
In the seasoning, you put any salt there?
I put a little bit of salt.
Right.
Yeah. I put salt in the seasoning to help kind of break down the garlic and the ginger.
Right.
And just help it turn into a paste. So yeah, that's a little thing there. And going in with the carapule on time, not too much.
No, that is what I was wondering because I
How
never
much?
use it.
Yes, how much you use? Yeah, I would say like half a tablespoon.
And that would be equivalent to how much leaves? So like
about 8 leaves.
8 to
10 leaves, which is what you would probably use for a pot like this. Yeah. So yeah.
So what are you gonna say about the journey, boy? To the 100,000.
I can't even say was. It is. I find real challenging.
From what perspective?
It's a multi-layer state. Just from the amount of work that it's going to do in it, it have that. It's like, it's work.
Well, yeah, production is work.
Production is work. Staying inspired, you understand? Because I don't like to just pour out something for paying it out sake. So I had to be feeling it to do it now. Yeah. And you see, keeping that feeling, like having that feeling, you're excited about what you're doing and thing. Yeah, it'll always be there. It'll always be there. So sometimes I just be like,
well, I know that far. No, I'm not able. I get fed up at things quick. So I know that could be real challenging.
That part challenging. And then the other part is just the nature of online content and the algorithm and all this kind of thing is like, is constantly an uphill battle, Jed. Constantly an uphill battle. If you're not in this region and operating from outside, I think it's easier to reach our audience. But when you're from here and trying to reach our audience, it's not the easiest thing. And to keep having to feed the algorithm, to keep, paying out content consistently and things is like, Jed, like sometimes it's just, I ain't feeling it. And then the next layer to that is something that, even though I just tell people this, right, I just still struggle with it, right? Sometimes you pour content and something I probably really excited about is like, Jerry, see this, I really like how this thing looking, I feel this is a nice thing, people go like it. And then you pay it out there and it didn't really score the way that you thought it would have scored. I just had to remind myself that the amount of likes something get is not indication of the value of the content. So, or even the impact too. You understand? Because it's not, as you just always say, it's not about reaching the broadest set of people. It's about reaching, people who are interested, the most active, the most interested, the most engaged.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, when I really think about it, you're doing content in this realm as a 6 degree. Right? You want to impact somebody, to make them tell somebody, to make them tell somebody.
Right.
So the telling don't necessarily have to be like by virtue of sharing,
Right.
A lot of activity does happen from digital offline.
Correct.
I might see something and come and tell you, hey, it have XYZ going on, so.
Yeah.
I might not share it with you. I might make a phone call.
Right.
I might see it in person.
Yeah.
So like likes and shares is not the be all and end all of the just like how it was before. Yeah. When they do surveys and things for television viewing or radio viewing. Right. Not all of that data is the full complement of what went on.
Right.
Right. So these are to consider things like that, and yes, that's a good way to keep motivated to see beyond that.
True. I mean, that's part of the whole broader conversation about vanity metrics and them kind of thing. Correct. But you yourself, as a creator, you know it, You know it that it is not a reflection, but sometimes you just watch it and be like, Jared, I really thought this was going to score now. You understand? But again, sometimes the numbers not telling the story.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
when you think about what's going to somebody liking something too, you know, you can't really tie yourself down too much to them things, eh?
True.
And well, I can tell you from me, it don't affect me at all.
Okay.
Like but you know that about me.
Yeah.
I just do things not for me,
Yeah.
but because I think they need to be done.
Right. Yeah.
And I put it out. You
Yeah.
know, that is all I can do. If people like it, that is great.
Yeah.
You know, that is fine. If you don't like it, that is also fine too.
True.
But,
It's in for everybody.
yeah, but that is not why I do it. I do
Right.
it because I have to.
Right.
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it
yeah.
because that is our design.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's about purpose. It's about purpose.
That is the word.
What is
That
your
is the word.
purpose?
What is your purpose?
Yeah.
That is an important word there.
While that bubbling there too, what do you think of the landscape now versus then?
Then
Because now I can tell you, we was early in the game with video and thing, eh?
we are trailblazing.
And that people thought that, you know, there's some kind of corporate plant and all
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, people
Yeah.
tell me that to my face. They wanted to know what company is this doing that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But,
We was just doing things.
we are just doing what we are doing, you know?
I mean, I like the landscape. I like the fact that people doing things. Understand that? I mean, that is what we wanted to see from the beginning. We wanted to see the place kind of bubbling with activity.
Yeah.
But not only from a corporate perspective, but from this like creativity across the board. Like just seeing people being creative and using the internet, you understand, as it, I guess, was meant to be used, where the process of creating and putting things out democratized, you understand? So we wanted to see that as a reality, and we're seeing it happening. I mean, not without its problems, you know. I still think in terms of the way that brands and things engaging creators and that kind of thing, I think it still have a lot of work to be done there. I find, I mean, how think we going with this conversation? We talking?
We talking.
I find it very exploitative. You know, I find, and the thing about it is people creating because they have a passion for doing the things. Most people, I think, that creating stuff, I mean, you have people who doing things just for, I don't know, whatever, popularity or whatever, them kind of thing, it have that. But it have people who really creating because that has something to say and that kind of thing. I think what happening, where people like yourself will come in and really help is making people understand the different components in terms of creative services that they're doing that they might not be cognizant of now. You understand? So somebody do a video, they pay it up and they pay it online, right? They're probably only thinking about the video. They're not thinking about the fact that maybe they had to come up with a script in the head, you understand? Right. Or even the copy that they had to write for the post, you understand? And then the social media management after you posted because you had to engage with our audience and things. And I mean, agencies know this. Agencies know the type of work going into it. But when they engage with these creators, they're not, it's almost like they're pretending it's invisible. Right. They know it there. They're not compensating people for it. And people none the wiser. So you need that kind of education happening there, that people could be aware and kind of raise the bar for themselves now, you understand, and demand, you know, better compensation, better, you know, better terms in terms of whatever the agreement is that they're collaborating with these brands or whatever. To demand more for themselves and, you know, to just raise the level of how we doing this thing.
Yeah, it's a tricky kind of thing because I mean honestly, the gatekeepers kind of let things run off the rails in the early. So you know we went down this path and we just had to go because we done here. Kind of don't make sense going back, right?
Yeah.
But you're right. I think people have to understand. You have to understand the industry. You have to understand media. You have to understand agencies, how agencies work. Because the truth is, the agency model right now, present agency model, kind of is a hard fit. You know? Because how does the agency make money on something that they don't actually do?
Right.
They outsource it. And they had a markup to go to the client and that kind of thing. So if you put a markup that make things too exorbitant, then you ain't get your sale. You know? So there's a lot of fine-tuning that had to take place.
I think I think right now it's better for them because they're able to, you know, let's say they get budgets to do digital stuff and things,
Right.
you know that they take any lion's share of that.
Of course.
You understand? So you know when they engage an influencer, a digital creator, or whatever, that is a small fraction. You understand? Even though the creator, the influencer, doing all these services that an agency would do. You understand? There are different people in the agency, whether it's graphic design, they might outsource the video, but they might have audio in there as well. Again, the copywriting, and then the social media management and that type of thing. You have one person doing that. You understand? And gain them, I think sometimes, even so disrespectful, I would say, to just get them product.
Yes.
You understand?
Really,
Give them some product, give some product, and you do this work. For me, it's work you're doing. You understand? It's work you're doing, and you're taking your work, you're taking the thing that you building, you're taking your brand, and you're attaching other brands onto it. You understand? People have to pay for that.
Yeah, of course.
People have to pay for that. Yeah.
But you see, the thing is too, and just coming back to the agency agreements, right? He had to get a budget, he had to take a lion's share, he had to engage a influencer, an influencer.
Yeah.
But there is also the return on investment.
Right.
So when a client pay out a certain amount of money, they're looking at where's the returns.
Right.
And if the returns is in cosmetic stats, then
Yeah.
you know, at some point somebody will say, well, how this affecting my bottom line?
Right.
And when you're not able to justify that properly, then it becomes an issue. And the thing that I always be concerned about is for clients to start saying, this thing don't work.
Right.
If they say this thing don't work, then all are we in problems.
Yeah.
You know, that's be my concern.
I don't think people are asking them questions.
Yet.
Yet. Yeah, it ain't happening yet. Yeah. So it's still, they're still being able to get away with doing it the way it's being done without having to show and prove, as it were.
Of course.
Yeah.
But that is a cycle. Because that same thing used to happen with traditional media.
Right. I mean, it's easy to hide in traditional. It's real easy to hide. It's harder to hide here.
It's harder to hide here.
Yeah.
But a lot of, you'll hear this conversation going on. A lot of the decision makers, will be satisfied when they pick up the newspaper or they look at TV and they see the ads running.
Right.
That is basically the metric that
the ad this or boom.
And it's cool
I get one money's worth.
Exactly, because it's a mass market approach that could work.
Yeah.
You know, plenty eyes fall on the thing.
Yeah.
Good. You're going good. But when it comes to things that have a little more accountability, measurable stats, start to get a little different.
We're going good. We're going good. Getting some nice color there. Now we're going in with my secret ingredient, MSG. If all have something against MSG, that's all their business. But MSG is monosodium glutamate, something naturally occurring in the food world, and salt. Like all the beaten up about. It has long been disproved that anything wrong with MSG, and not just that, but that the whole myth behind MSG being bad for you was xenophobia and racism was. Come on, man, we ain't dealing up with that. We informed. We informed and we love flavor.
Got that time for that.
Yeah, son. So yeah, we ain't dealing with that now. We're dealing with the MSG. Right? I think now, because you have a color, nice color going on, I think now I could cover down and let's have to spring some water.
So at that point, is the flame that high?
No, actually I could touch down on the flame a little bit here, touch it down and let it do it how to do. Boom. Yeah, so we're going for a while here. See it dry down here now. So now it's time to deglaze.
Because you have all that stuff that will be much
Yeah. Sam, deglazing time. Yeah, as we deglaze now, getting all them burnt bits.
Yeah, make a nice colorful sauce too.
Nice colorful sauce. You get some nice color and then of course nice flavor. Like caramelization and thing happening there. Yeah. That is it there,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a marked difference from 12 years ago because, I mean, you see the amount of sauce.
Sauce, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at you.
Yeah, you know.
After
one time. After one time. Yeah. So, you know, sauce is important, you know, especially since I have some roti skins in the fridge.
Some roti skins.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Roti skins.
There are some roti skins in the fridge.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Lester, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sure?
Everybody knows
Yeah.
what I'm talking about,
Okay, all right. Yeah, you're not lost at all, right? You're not unsure of what I'm referring to, right? Okay, all right.
Roti skin.
Yeah. So
I like seeing the little specks of Geera, you know.
yeah. So for me, you know, it's Geera chicken, so you get your specks of the whole Geera in there. Yeah, I think so. So I mean, you know, boom, turn that off. I will take a thing there myself, you know. Yeah.
The ginger.
Ginger is an important element there. Important. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. The ginger. The little pepper underneath. Right under the ginger.
Right. It's a Congo pepper. So you know you got a nice spice now.
Nice little sting, yeah. Not too much salt. Real nice and balanced. And of course the Geera.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I wanted to go back to the beginning, you know, 100K and all that.
Yeah, man.
And I'm taking this opportunity to tell everybody, thanks. Everybody who subscribed to the channel. Thank you. Who was watching videos and things. Blessings. Appreciate it. And hopefully, you know, from 100K to a million, let me see. Let me make it happen. You know. What else I go say, bye?
Bless.
But if you want a recipe, I will post a link in the video description. And blessings flow. Thanks for watching. And thanks, Quincy.
Hey, of course.
Thank you.
But of course.
Yes, thank you. And thank you, Lester. Blessings.